Alrighty, we are here today with a very special guest. Really excited to be having Vanity Viking here for a little Q&A. So, do you mind sharing with us a little bit about how you got started as a content creator?
Yes, I started as a content creator 10 years ago as a normal influencer. I does a lot of social media and my social media. I'm really big at Twitter, at Instagram. Yeah, and I just love to make some pics and share some clips. And yes, I also was in the cam industry, a model.
Cool.
Yes.
And when new platforms started to come out, surely you probably heard about OnlyFans. And obviously, it's been a whole situation with the terms of service constantly changing. Can you share with us what your experience has been with OnlyFans and the recent changes that have been going on and that models have been trying to keep up with and figure out what to do with?
Yeah, I think I was starting like one of the first models with OnlyFans in 2019. It was I just make some fun to start there because nobody knows something about fan platforms. There was webcam platforms really in and everybody was streaming. And it was just like, okay, come on, the US girls do it, so I will try it. It was really simple. You don't have a lot of rules. You can promote. It was like this. I promoted a lot of times my cam website on the feed. There was nothing wrong with it. You can post whatever you like. And then, yeah, in the past, I'm working also with models. And in the past, I heard that a lot of models get blocked by content. Maybe it's not allowed to post some auto content or some bondage or, yeah, fetish is also, I think, a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so how did you know how to go about looking for an alternative platform to use?
So I'm right now at Fancentro. And yeah, on Fancentro, we haven't any rules like don't post some content from outside or some fetish stuff or some bondage. There's no problem. The platform is really model friendly. Um, they have a 24-hour support. And if I had some problem in the past with OnlyFans, and I wrote a message to OnlyFans, and I was waiting, I think, 3 weeks.
Three weeks.
It was terrible because always, you know, if you have some problems with OnlyFans, also they blocked some accounts from models and they never get their money. It was crazy. And then I was waiting. Oh, one will support right to me. It was wow, it was crazy. And yeah, on Pants and Pro, you can post whatever you like. You get all the time an answer. And yeah, I don't have any problems there. So it's really comfortable for me.
Yeah, yeah. I think having full-time support is one of the best things to look for when you're
Yeah.
choosing a platform. Just especially because you never know when you're going to need assistance or advice or clarity on things. So it's nice to know that there is a team of people who are ready and excited to work things out. Whereas, yeah, I guess it seems that OnlyFans has kind of just like showed up, popped up, and then like left everyone hanging. And that's not really that's not something that you can depend on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so this is the kind of conversation where obviously we're talking about how to find a platform that is right for you. And the best part about being a content creator has a lot to do with, looking out for yourself and creating a work environment that aligns with your values and supports you and your needs. So, what do you think are some important things to consider? Like, what are some features that you think are really supportive for creators to have access to when they want to monetize their content?
I think what the platform really needs are some DMs to interact with all your fans. Um, the platform has to be really easy. You have to interact really fast on the platform because honestly, no model have any time. Yeah. So just DMs, a feed, maybe a clip store. So all what Fancentro has. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
And so what do you think is the best way to navigate the workflow that you use or that you recommend to other friends in the industry when it comes to um, kind of like a week of work? So like within the features of wanting to take advantage of a clip store and the DMs option for making sales that way, and the feed, what do you put as like the priority of ways of engaging with fans? Like if you could only pick one feature to prioritize every day or every week, which one would it be?
DMs.
DMs.
Yeah. Always DMs because you can interact in DMs with fans. You can sell something in DMs. You can write to expired fans also. You can write to your fans if you have a special offer. You can write to your fans if there are some news about you. So you can do a lot in DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since this is an aspect of the job that while there are definitely things that you can set up, like mass DMs and kind of streamlining the tasks to make it less time consuming, it's still definitely like a big part of the job. So do you have any tips for how you establish a work-life balance? So like the balance between creating content and engaging with your fan base and also having time for yourself?
Okay, this is a good question because a lot of models don't know how they should do it. So in my case, I found after 10 years the best way for me because I have also a normal job. And I think it's the most important thing um, after all the years in the industry is that you take care of yourself. So make some time for yourself, free time, go to the gym, do something for you, get a nice massage, do some wellness or whatever. Um, then put, I think, so for example, the week has 7 days. Create on 3 days per week content, but maybe 3 clips per day or 4 clips per day. And then you have 4 times per week free time. Yeah. And also on this free time, I starting in the morning to create maybe just when I make a breakfast or when I do my morning cardio, just a quick clip in my IG stories or a quick tweet or whatever. And also you can put this quick story, you can film it, with a filter so you don't need any makeup. You can put it also on the feed. Then I interact in DMs when I'm on my cardio, when I'm doing my cardio, or in the middle of the day, I always read my messages and interact with fans the whole day. It's like WhatsApp, okay? And yeah, but it's your free time. You don't have to use makeup. You can do whatever you like to do. You clean your house. You go outside in the forest. You can do whatever you like. Do something for your soul.
Yeah.
And then on these 3 days where you have to create content, you have new power, new energy, and you are really creative. If you will create some content every day, you will get a burnout after some weeks.
Yeah.
And you don't have the power anymore to interact with fans, to send some DMs, to talk the whole day, to also take care of your social media, because honestly, social media is the most important to bring your own traffic to your pay sites.
Right. Definitely. And because there's this aspect of the relationship that creators have with their fans, that feels like, I mean, I've heard a lot of creators talking about how a lot of them have experienced a lot of success with approaching their relationship with authenticity. And then they end up sharing some of their life, obviously with boundaries, and they decide like what they want to share and what they don't want to share. But then that can become something where, you can start to feel the pressure of wanting to share everything. So do you have any rules for yourself or any tips for setting up rules for knowing when to shut that part of yourself off?
Um, so in my case, I was the last year really private, and then I started more in the fitness industry, and it's also in social media, more in fitness. And if you have a fan base on Instagram or on Twitter, you are showing more of your life. Yeah, in stories. And I have a lot of fans. They know me from Instagram and from Twitter. So they know everything about me. But of course, I don't show where I live. I don't show something about my family. I don't show any really, really private things. But always, it's like this, that my fans, if I'm not online, they are checking in my IG stories. Oh, what she's doing right now.
Yeah.
It's also cute, and they are really nice to me. But if they talk to me, for example, with my real name, I say, hey, for you, I'm Vanity. Yeah. So I think there's something you have to, yeah, you have to make some rules also for them, but they are really nice, of course.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
boundaries are very important. I think that's a
Yes.
great idea, though, to kind of have a bit of an alter ego. Even if you are authentic within that alter ego, having that kind of identity to step into can help separate things a bit
Yes.
more. Okay, so I wanted to get a little bit more into the content that you make and the idea of the different features on your chosen platform. So like within Fancentro, there's lots of different features built in for you to share different kinds of content. And by diversifying your content, you can help keep your fan base more engaged. So what are your favorite ways to take advantage of the different features like stories, going live, sending
Mm.
clips?
For me, are also a really important feature are the stories.
Mhm.
Because, yeah, of course, it helps you to get some traffic. Yeah. I get always a lot of traffic from my stories, and it's really quick and really easy to post the stories. Yeah, I think that's the most important. Yeah.
And then, do you have any tips for taking advantage of the fact that certain stories can be public? Because I know that you can sort of segment who gets to see which versions of your stories there are. Do you have any sort of like storyline or tips for like getting your fans engaged with the story and following along with what you're doing? And then,
No, 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 no. It's for me, it's more like I'm not like the typical adult model anymore. I'm more like the real model out of the real life, because I'm also post some content out of a gym from my daily life. So I will post what I'm doing. And I think the fans love it because I have a lot of real shooting pics, but the most engagement I get always on the stories out of my real life. So if I'm cooking, I make a cute shot when I'm cooked.
oh,
Yeah, like this. And they love it. They love to interact with you in your real life because, yes, they can go on the internet, they can find professional photos of you, but they like to see what you are really doing right now.
Yeah. It's kind of like the vlogging aspect of the platform. And yeah, it's really fun to get to see people's everyday life. So
Yeah.
that's probably
I think
something.
it's also why they like to, why people like to watch YouTube.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
blogs, yeah.
Yeah, and that's an interesting thing that I've been seeing. It feels like this is something that I know that you've shared before, but there's a huge benefit when you are building your following to kind of leaning into the more mainstream ways of promoting yourself. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, because I was, when I started, really really professional, like a lot of models. And when I started with fitness and started to make it not as my first priority to have all the time the perfect makeup, to only film when I have a setup. Yeah. That when I started to film stuff out of my daily life,
Yeah.
it was in IG stories, in YouTube, in for example, TikTok. Yeah, TikTok, just when you cook something, you have some time, you make a quick TikTok, or you going TikTok live and you started to interact with fans. It was a new world for me because this fans is the real fan base. They are going from TikTok to your Instagram, to your pay platforms, and they are coming and saying, hey, I was in your TikTok live. You're so cool. You have a cool personality. And all the time they are right to me. It's like you build a new fan base. Not only the fan base, they are watching your spicy pics. Yeah. Now they interact with you and they talk like normal people to you, not only, oh, you have a really nice ass or something, it's really cool. You can talk to them. And also I make this experience that these people stay much longer on your pay sites than other people if you have them also on your social media and if you know them from some lives. It's really interesting.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that that's a huge pain point, I guess, or a pain point doesn't seem like the right word. I think that it's a huge desire to have connection in general, and so these ways of integrating the real version of you, like the humanity, and not
Yes,
just putting yourself as something presentable all the time. I think
yeah,
that people really appreciate that.
yes, it is like this.
Okay, I have a few more questions for you. So you're kind of a wizard when it comes to promoting yourself, and we've been talking about this quite a bit already. But do you have any, like, if you have models that are coming to you and asking you for tips of like what works? I'm having no luck with TikTok, or I'm having no luck with Instagram, or I don't know, I'm just feeling discouraged. What are your top pieces of advice to give to people to help them grow their social media accounts to bring the traffic to their.
The most important is that a lot of models, spicy influencers, doesn't understand social media. The problem is they never read the terms of service. So they didn't know what's allowed and what's not allowed.
Right.
That's the first point. Always, I told my models, please read the terms of service, because also the terms of the service changing every weeks, every month, whatever. But they don't understand sometimes that social media brings their money. They don't understand it. It's just like I post really, really spicy pics, whatever, if I get a block, and they don't understand if they do it and it's not allowed, they increase, I think it's increase or decrease when it's going down, their reach, you know? You understand what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like they don't, for example, on Twitter, they post some spicy pics. And if you post two spicy pics, Twitter will mark your content as sensitive. So Twitter will, your reach will going down.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't understand it. And I say, hey, also Twitter is a safe for work platform. And then always I get this answer. Yeah, but all other girls post naked content. Yeah, but it's not allowed. If you
Yeah.
read the terms of service, it's not allowed. And if you don't have a block, if you don't have a marker of sensitive content, Twitter will show your account to other people. If you have a block, if your account is marked by sensitive content, Twitter won't show your account to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so that's the most important. Read something about the platforms, Google it, Google what are the new terms of service, Google about new trends, Google what you can do to grow, because I also do it. I Google what is new. I follow some pages for influencers. I follow some pages for social media agencies. I also have to read about it.
Right. Yeah, it's super important to stay informed with everything so that you're not surprised and you can make sure that you're keeping all of the work that you're putting into things safe and secure. And yeah, and it's great because I mean it's not like everything is happening with no notice. It's just that yeah, a lot of times we don't always take
Yes.
the time to
Yeah.
read. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you a question. You know how I feel like on almost most places that you can find any sort of information on content creation, some of the top searched questions are like how to start an account with no following, or there's these clickbaity titles that are kind of like, I made like $10,000 last week on OnlyFans. Uh, when new creators are seeing this kind of information and thinking that growth is something that can happen overnight and getting to be a top creator can happen really quickly, I think that it can be discouraging when they actually get into it and have kind of that slow build up of working on building their marketing skills and finding their fans. So, all that to say, do you think that there are any sort of little tricks for how you can maybe have some sort of miraculous like doubling of your weekly income, or um, yeah, anything that you've seen is like maybe something that creators are missing out on, that if they started putting more time and effort into it, they would actually see these kind of like crazy results?
So the most important is content is key. More content, more money. And people, um, models sometimes don't understand how to recycle, for example, content, how to manage their content, how to manage their time, but at least more content, more money. And it's like this. You can do whatever you like, but more content, more money. And models sometimes don't understand it. You have to work for your money. You have to work a lot for your money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, I think, go ahead.
yeah. Say it.
I was just gonna say, I think that with content creation, yeah, there's a shiny exterior and there's actually so much hard work that goes into it. And yeah, you don't wake up every day feeling like making content. And
Also, after now, I think it's now 11 years, I'm always sitting here so often with my girls on the phone in the night, and we're trying to find new ways to get new traffic. We're trying to um, do something new on social media platforms. We are trying. We track some traffic, what we can bring. For example, we was tracking our traffic if we was live on TikTok. We was tracking our traffic from red gifts, from Reddit, from Twitter. Also, after all these years, we already searching for the best way to bring traffic to our pay site. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, traffic is like where we can find the people that are going to be interested in what you're selling. It's changing all the time, and
all the time.
all of these sites are becoming so cryptic, and it's kind of fun though. I think that sometimes it's frustrating, but I do think that when there's challenge involved, it can be exciting to find.
Also models don't understand, for example, if you go live, for example, on TikTok, on Twitch, on whatever,
Mhm.
for of course they don't make on this platform money, but they will generate a lot of traffic and will generate a lot of money on the pay sites. But always I get this answer, why I should go live on TikTok? I can't make money there. And you are thinking, hey, this is the time now. Also on YouTube, why people are doing YouTube, it's about traffic.
Right.
Everything, it's traffic. Instagram, Twitter. But girls sometimes don't understand, and they don't understand, hey, I have to work to grow a big Twitter, I have to work to grow a big IG. It's a lot of work, and they don't understand.
Yeah.
But it's the time, you have to do a lot.
Yeah. I guess maybe this will be the last question that I ask. Something kind of more practical. Whenever you're feeling like you're in a creative rut and you know that, yeah, of course, there's content to be made, what do you do usually to kind of get out of your head and bring yourself back into the zone where you're ready to start going with shooting things?
Okay, so in my case, I only shoot now because I told you I have a normal job in sales. I'm working a lot with models, and I only have 2 days per week to create some content. It's on the weekend. So it's my free time in the night. It's really funny. And yes, of course, sometimes I'm really tired. Sometimes I'm not creative. So I make sure that I have a nice evening. I don't need a special place with the perfect light, with the perfect makeup to shoot. For me now, after all these years, it's important that I'm feeling good. So sometimes I have a glass of red wine, I eat my sushi, okay?
Mm,
Just shoot something in my kitchen, because my kitchen is for me it's the place where I like to be, where I like to film some stuff, because I was a lot of years as a cam girl in my cam room, and if you are always for hours in this cam room, you can't be on a place, on a shooting place. You know what I mean? I have to be on a normal place in the house. For me, it's like, just if I feel good, if I can be creative in the night, then it's the right time to do my stuff. And if it's not the perfect makeup, don't worry, because TikTok have filter, Instagram have filter.
yeah,
So, but shoot some content, because content is money.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
it don't has to be perfect. Not perfect content is better than no content.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Agreed.
yes.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. Also, I love.
Takes out of your life from right now, and they love it. It's better for them than a clip. You have done it perfect with perfect light one day before. They love to interact with you. They love to be with you on
Hmm.
the weekend, like it's like I don't know. It's like a little bit like Big Brother. You can say it like this, like the real life show, and they love it,
Yeah.
and they are really close to you.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Really special.
yeah,
Yeah. It's really, really cool the connections that are so genuine. And
yes.
I think that's a huge encouragement,
Because
especially
honestly, they can buy in the internet. They can see and buy in the internet whatever they want. So you
yeah.
have to make it really special and really to grow your fan base. Your fan base has to grow with you. And
Mm,
also people like to see when I'm in the gym, they like to see that why I'm doing it, that I live for it, that that's also it's like and they are because of you I starting also in the gym. It's more like
mm.
this, you know, it's yeah,
The
yeah,
power of connection.
yes.
So
That's the
cool.
right word, yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, I really appreciate this conversation with you. I think that you have so much wisdom to share, and I think it's been really cool to kind of highlight what features are really important to look for in a platform. And yeah, it's been cool to get to know your personal take on where to invest your time as a content creator. And yeah, I think that everyone's going to really benefit from the bits of information that you've shared. And if anyone is interested in reaching out to you moving forward, where can they find you online? Where are you present? It seems like you're present on across the board on social media. So,
Yeah, I'm on Twitter and on Instagram. And of
okay.
course, yeah, I'm also on Fancentro.
Yeah, of course. Cool. Okay, awesome. So we'll make sure to link your information down below so anyone can find you after this.
Yes.
But yeah, this has been so lovely, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.